What's up, everybody? Today we have something that I think is really cool personally. This is the Blackheart Gravel AL aluminum. Look, it's got welds on it. You see those?
I see those. Those are the real deal welds.
There's some carbon stuff on it, but this is a metal bike. We don't honestly build a lot of metal bikes on the channel, so this is kind of a fun one.
Is this the first one?
I mean, don't quote me on that, but it might be the first one. This bike caught my attention via Instagram ads. Shout out to the algorithm.
I love Instagram ads.
Yeah, they're the best. Hopefully you guys like our Instagram ads. We work really hard on them. This bike's won a few awards. I saw that on Instagram. I think it won Gravel Bike of the Year from like Bicycle Magazine in 2024. And I just honestly really just like the way it looks. I always say on the channel, like, if you like the way a bike looks, like that's the one you should buy. And now
it's green.
Well, let's get into that. This is a Cerakote, is that how you say it?
That's how I say
Cherokee,
it.
a Cherokee.
Yeah, it's the cherries.
Anyway, you're right, it is green. And I got to pick the color, which is really fun. Whenever we were picking the colors, there was like 20 different greens to pick from. And so you could really dial in your green color selection whenever you're ordering a Blackheart.
It was honestly a lot of fun. Like Jesse was like, hey, come help me pick my green.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh yeah, sounds cool. And then we opened it up and the options it was so many.
This is Jesse James Eastern Front Green Cerakote with Stormtrooper white letters that we hand selected ourselves, which is honestly perfect bike color.
I probably was looking at the shades with you forever and then was like, your name's Jesse, go with Jesse James.
I bet that's why we picked it, yeah. If you're looking to order a Blackheart, definitely let us know. We would love to help y'all get one. You can pick any color. You can do a different fork color with a different frame color. You can get a small logo here. You can do different logo color, whatever you want. I just thought that was super fun. Shoot us a message if you're interested in a Blackheart, any of their models. This is the gravel bike, and I'm really excited to get this one built today. So this bike fits a 50 mil tire in the front, and the reason for that is that this is actually the same fork that you would find on like an NV Mog.
So is it a carbon fork then?
Yeah. Oh, an aluminum fork would be really brutal. So technically, we've kind of proven that you could fit a 2-point-something in that fork.
Yeah, there's a little something there.
The rear uses a dropped stay design. That's I love that they just welded it all the way. And that they've spec'd this as a 47 millimeter tire clearance on the back.
That's solid.
I think that's modern. I think everybody nowadays wants even more, but I don't think we're gonna get that for 2 years or so, or a year or whatever. So I'm just gonna be excited about what we got right now. So 47, totally fine with me, because honestly, I'm gonna run 45s in it, and that's normally what I run, so it's not gonna be a problem. So after seeing it on Instagram, I just started looking into it, and then this is where the decision to acquire one actually happened. This bike has a stack of 370 and a reach of 407.
So it's gonna fit you.
That is gonna fit me, which is
That's
unheard
been hard
of.
to find.
That's been very hard to find. This is a size 56, and it's the only gravel bike I've seen other than maybe the Specialized Crux where I could actually get a low enough position, which is super exciting. And also this is a fun piece of content to make. So I guess we're gonna be slamming this bike now. The stack's it's 570. I said the wrong number.
You were off by
200.
a lot.
Sorry. If you've noticed in our videos, I always say the wrong numbers. I'm sorry.
Are you sticking with 570?
I'm just gonna double check for the 10th time today. Yeah, it is 570. I double checked 5 times to remember that. NV makes a good fork, y'all. All I have to do is just put it through, and it goes through.
I think more forks should be like that.
So I put this red caliper through the frame. These were taped into this flat mount.
What are they?
I'm just assuming that they're little spacers like that.
Oh, like just little nubs.
Yeah, they're nubs. I didn't look at any instructions, so...
Do you think you should?
Nope, we don't do that at the bicycle station.
You're right.
I mean, it has to go there. There's no other, it's cut.
I mean, it fits. It's like a puzzle.
That's what I mean, yeah.
Clearly fits there.
I've never used these before. These are the shorter flat mount bolts. I've just never had a bike that used them.
Oh, it looks really good.
The little nubs match my brake.
Yeah.
Looks cool.
Yeah, just ties it together.
This bike has one other awesome feature that was a big reason I wanted it, which is that
besides the heart on the frame,
yeah,
the love.
the aesthetic is awesome. That was
really feeling
the
the
biggest
love.
reason. It's also like got headset cable routing.
That's cool.
And also you can get like, they sell like their own handlebar. I didn't go for their handlebar. That's just my choice. I think there's like 3 or 4 different, you can do like the NV bar stem, you can do the NV stem bar combos. We actually are doing the most basic option, which is just that the cables run into a little port in the top of the headset today. But I just think it's cool that there's like tons of different options that you can do with this. I think that's why this head tube is so thick. I think it was intentionally made this big to accommodate all those different like headset standards, which is really smart in my opinion. It gives the bike a lot of versatility. Like you could kind of do your own thing with it, just like me. You got to be really careful. You don't want to get grease on the Cerakote because...
Well, you're getting grease on the Cerakote.
Oh no. It's like a very porous thing, and what happens is it doesn't like clean up very well. They do coat these in some kind of frame protection.
There you go. I got it.
Got it off?
Yeah.
I forgot what they said they coated it in. It was like a muck-off product, but it helps kind of give it, like, yeah, you can see like it's still, whatever the product is still kind of curing on there.
You got so much grease on there. Dude.
Well, that, oh, you're right, I did. Oh no, we're not doing so good.
There's no we here. That one's you.
Everything's fine. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. I think that just goes on there. The right brake goes on the right. Do you see what I'm doing?
Yeah, I was about to ask, like, are you supposed to get that little
Yeah.
cable up in there?
Yep.
I noticed, but was waiting to, like, see what your process was there.
I just didn't even notice. Guess what?
What?
Football starts today.
I know it's sports ball season.
Yeah, I'm so excited.
We should have done, like, a YouTube sports ball league.
Oh, that would have been fun.
I know, I just thought of it next year.
I think we have a good, I think this is the first time I felt like excited about the local one.
Comment below if you think Trey and Grace need to be forced to play fantasy sports ball with us. They just like roast us for it. Is this the right one?
Yeah, it is. It matches. I was curious how this was going to go with the hoses, but I think it's going to be just fine. Probably sit like that or something. That looks sweet. The top cap thing matches the zip stem, which is a bonus.
What, the like routing doodad?
Like, yeah, the doodad. And we didn't get any grease on it
This time.
any of the times. That never happened.
You're a liar, but it's okay.
New. Came in time just for this build, the SL70 Explorer, but it's like the new one with the red, like the integrated stuff.
Yeah, I was wondering, you're like, I wonder how the cables are gonna sit. And I was like, don't they literally just go in
Well,
the channel?
that's what it's supposed to be, but we'll see what it actually ends up being.
It's a nice thought.
Yeah.
Love the idea.
I've been waiting for this handlebar for so long.
It just come out like 2 weeks ago.
I love the Explorer handlebar. Well, I ordered this on the day it came out, and it just showed up today.
I know, but you're like, it's been so long. And I'm like, it was literally 2 weeks.
I just love the shape of this Explorer handlebar, and I always have. They never made a carbon one. They also didn't make one that had like integrated cable stuff. So now they've made both,
Yeah, this
and I
is
have
sick.
it, and it's awesome, and everybody should buy it.
From thebicyclestation.com.
Yeah, we'll have to add it to the website.
Or email sales@thebicyclestation.com.
I think we just need to pick products like this and just like let people like do like the pre-order, like just we'll
Comment
special order it.
below what you want us to have available for like pre-orders on our website.
Sweet. Both
That
these
looks good.
hoses are long enough.
I don't know the last time I rode an aluminum bike.
Your Diverge.
That is the last time. I'm excited to hear your feedback on it.
This is like a metal one. Red Explorer. Whenever I ordered this bike, this drivetrain just didn't even exist. But now it does. Yeah. And I am going to put it on this bike because I have it and it's ready to go. I might end up putting mountain bike drivetrain on this bike because I'm not sure Red Explorer is the right thing for me, but I also don't dislike it. So it's kind of like, why not just keep using it until I have like a really strong opinion, if that makes sense.
Yeah, you gotta gather your thoughts.
I'm still gathering, for sure, still gathering. I can put the rear wheel on now. How's my aesthetic doing?
I'm into it. This is like kind of weird, but I also like that the red is all black and silver too. It's just like tying together very nicely.
Yeah, that's like the most important thing. The white letters on the wheels.
Yeah.
Yep. Did we do a good job?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, we did a good job. I didn't know that Blackheart was gonna send me a seat post. This seems like a nice seat post though. It feels like carbon. Bought this zip post because I didn't know that they were gonna send this, but this did come with the bike, and I guess I just wanted to mention that.
Oh, it has a heart.
Yeah, it's cool. Although I feel like I'm too matchy to like put it on though. You know what I mean?
You were like very into matchy, so.
I'm gonna put this one in the drawer. Should I put a dropper on it? It's a 31. This is a 31.6 on a gravel bike, so it's like really like you get the good dropper. I'm not gonna put a dropper on it, but it can fit like a legit dropper, not like just the short Explorer one. It fits like the big dog.
Real deal.
So I'm fighting with this a little bit. This is a T47, and do you see what I'm doing?
You're installing a bottom bracket.
Well, no, look in the inside. So the hose.
Oh yeah.
Should I go up or down? I kind of thought down was better, but now I'm kind of not sure.
I think up seems to go up easier.
It does want to go up easier.
Yeah, like down you're getting more of a fight. Whoa.
All right, I got that started. If I could just plug this back in, it should be fine.
I like the logo font. It's kind of fun.
The Blackheart logo?
Yeah, it's kind of fun.
I had it, and then I pulled it back out. But I'm putting it
Why
back.
would you do that?
I don't know.
Do you have to redo it again?
I don't think so.
Good job. Doing great. Keep up the good work, Jesse.
It fits.
Did you end up going over or under?
Under.
You hyped to ride it?
Yeah. I'm going to go mark part of the Hoosier Down Country course.
You're graveling the Hoosier Down Country?
I'm graveling around the Hoosier Down Country, not on it.
Got it.
Yeah.
We got some cages.
These are king cages.
I honestly just assume that every cage you have at this point is Silka because, like, you bought those Keen cages 4 years ago?
More than that.
Longer than that?
Yeah, before we bought the store.
Like, long before.
Long before we bought the store. It's probably been 5 or 6, 7 years maybe. Dang.
Dang, it looks good. This is one of your better looking bikes that you've had in a while.
This is like peak aesthetic. Dang. This thing looks sick. I rode it around and it definitely feels really planted to the ground. One thing that Blackheart did is the tubes are definitely not just like round, obviously. And I think just like that slight arrow touch, I wouldn't like describe it as an all-out arrow, but like you can definitely feel it holding its speed, and it feels like it's weighty, if that makes sense. It's not heavy. I already weighed it. I know what it weighs. It's not heavy, but it has like weight to it in the handling department, if that makes sense, which I think is a plus. A lot of gravel bikes, like I'd rather feel more confident than squirrely, and so just really excited to actually go ride this thing. We're gonna do a bunch of videos with this bike. I have a race coming up that I'm gonna use this bike with. Gonna do some time testing against some other gravel bikes, namely the Aspero. This bike, well, let's just show everybody the weight. This is with pedals and everything.
19.5.
That's pretty good for a metal bike. Really excited to make more content with this machine. I love the way it turned out. If you are interested in a Blackheart whatever, this is the Gravel AL, which I think is really cool. But they have a bunch of other bikes too. They have a road bike, have some titanium versions. A titanium version of this would be really interesting. I'd love to try that out if they ever make it. Regardless, let us know. We can get you one or a bunch of stuff. Check it out at thebicyclestation.com. We will help you.
You're looking very green.
Yeah,
like mega green.
The bike's been great. I realized that this video wasn't even going to be edited for like 2 weeks, so I had time to do the first ride impressions part of it. This bike is like, it's fairly smooth. I don't want that to be mixed up with compliant. What I mean by smooth is that it feels very planted and very like, kind of like carves along, if that makes sense. It has a nice vibe to it. It's kind of a little bit more relaxed vibe, just kind of getting it going from like a stop, for example. Like it's a little bit more relaxed to get rolling, but once you get it rolling, it holds its speed really nicely, and I think it's because of just how planted and stable the bike is over loose terrain. We're out here at our local gravel in Brown County. It's not rained at all, and so there's tons of terrible brake bumps, and it's very dusty and rocky, and so far the bike's handled it really well. I don't think any gravel bike fares well in these conditions, like period.
I mean, I'm not having fun on mine.
Yeah, I know, we're both like, dang, we should have went mountain biking today. I think in terms of like, is the aluminum comfortable so far? I would say so, yeah. I feel like I would be upset if it wasn't, you know?
Yeah, you would have already been like complaining about your
Been
back.
complaining, and I haven't really noticed that in this bike. I think they did a great job with this bike so far. Aluminum is not a bike material that I've owned like 1 or 2 aluminum bikes before, and so I'm not super familiar with it, but I'm definitely like, so far I'm pretty positive on it. I'm enjoying this bike a lot. I think part of it is, again, back to something that we talked about a lot in this video, which is that this bike fits me well. So my back isn't all scrunched up on it. I feel like I have a lot of room to stretch out, and I think that's helping a lot. The only thing I'm noticing so far whenever you're comparing aluminum to carbon gravel bike is, like I said, this bike's a little bit more chill in the acceleration department, whereas I feel like a carbon bike has a little bit more acceleration to it. But I don't think I think that's like kind of a universal thing, so it's not really a knock on the Blackheart at all.
Sit on the bridge. That sucks. I don't want to deal with that today. It's just like dirty. Anyway, the bike.
Yeah, this bike's cool.
Oh no. I hear a car.
We've done about 15 miles today or something.
It was chill.
Chill. And that's kind of how I feel about this bike. I feel like it's a really chill bike. Again, this bike only weighs 19 pounds, so this word isn't really referring to the actual weight of it. But I enjoy the weightiness of it. Like, it feels, I've said this kind of throughout the video, but it really feels locked in. It feels like it's on the ground. Pretty confident bike. One of the things that I think it's really good at is climbing. Because of that, we were riding in terrible dusty conditions, like we said earlier, and I felt like this bike has, let me just say something that might not make sense. The bike has like more torque than horsepower. Like,
I had
great traction up the climbs. I really did.
The whole ride you were talking about, like how like every single climb we were on, you were like hyped.
Yeah, because really, like, climbing, like, to me is, on gravel at least, is how well the bike can keep its wheel on the ground and actually like roll forward, because most of the time fighting for traction is the main thing, and I think this bike has amazing rear wheel grip to the climbs. That's what I'm trying to struggle for words for, is like, it's like I want to use the word weightiness, like it feels weighty, but it's not like heavy, if that makes sense. Like,
are you referring to like the geometry of the bike helps like keep your weight backwards a little bit more to help keep that rear wheel on the ground while you're climbing?
I wasn't referring to that, but that might be the case. I have a really low handlebar cockpit on it, and I'm wondering if just the geometry is helping with that. It definitely does feel like less floaty than a carbon bike though. Like, sometimes I ride carbon bikes and it feels like you're like on nothing. Like, this feels like you're on a piece of metal and you're riding it. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I'm trying to say. Like, it definitely has like a heft to it, although it's
a good heft, but it's not.
Yeah, I'm trying to say
it's not like heavy. It's a ride
quality of the bike, if that makes sense.
It has a good heft, and it's not a heavy bike.
Yeah, that's such a weird thing to explain, though, right? Like there's already a clip in this video of it being 19 pounds, so it's not heavy, but like it's such a weird thing to explain.
If we think of the right or better terms, we'll do an update.
Yeah. To be honest with you, it reminds me of riding like an aero road bike. More in the characteristics. Aero road bikes are really like weighty, and they're like if you ride that S5, it's like feels really planted on the ground because it's such a stiff bike. And I think maybe that's part of it, is like the aluminum being stiffer gives it this like confident feeling, if that makes sense. This was like a 15-mile ride impression. We're gonna be doing more content with the Blackheart here. I definitely think that it's just a beautiful looking bike, and obviously you can see it right now, and it is. If y'all want to get a Blackheart, we are gonna hopefully add like custom build options to our website soon. But if it's not on our website at the time of you viewing this, just send us an email to sales@thebicyclestation.com. We are a Blackheart dealer now, and so we can get you any of their models and help you through the process of building one. You can pick all the colors, whatever you want. I think this bike's really cool. It's one of the best looking bikes I've ever put together, I think. So definitely hit us up if you're interested. Anyway, we'll definitely update y'all on a more long-term impressions of this bike in the future. But for now, we'll see y'all in the next one.